You know, guys, yesterday is one of those days that reaffirms what I've always said. There are no guarantees in gambling. The fact is that the majority of the handicappers here at the site have had some incredible runs here in February and March combined. I mean, there's guys like Anthony Red and Craig Davis who have combined since the beginning of February won $10 betters in excess of $14,000. And there's been other guys that have been on incredible runs with big time selections. But yesterday, the only word I can apply to Saturday is the word bloodbath. How many games came right down to the wire where, especially if you were on the underdog, the dogs weren't barking in those particular games yesterday. Hi everyone, Al DeMarco here, and this is going to be your Sunday video report. Listen, a couple of days ago I had Anthony Red here on the video, and we were talking about something that I've preached for over 25 years. You have to have short-term memory deficit if you're going to be a handicapper, and especially if you're going to be a gambler. You cannot let yesterday's outcome affect the way you look at today's card and affect the way you're wagering. And some of you are saying, well, hold it. If I lost money yesterday, isn't that going to affect the way I'm going to be betting today? Well, listen, guys, bottom line, the golden rule of gambling, as I've always said, is you do not bet more than you can afford to lose. There is something that is truthful about asset allocation. Now, my financial advisor also talks about asset allocation, and, I wish he hadn't gotten me some of those golden mining stocks that have taken a beating in the past month, but there are no guarantees in the financial world, there are no guarantees in the gambling world either. That is the bottom line in this business that we call gambling on a daily basis. And the fact is, if you haven't bet more than you can afford to lose, if you've taken a look at your bankroll, if you've allocated it properly, then you should never find yourself in a deep financial abyss from which there is no escape. But listen, on a daily basis here, I come on and I tell you this straight up truth. I tell you who's hot and I tell you who's not. So if I can sit here and talk about the guys that are winning, then you better damn right well know that today I'm going to talk about Saturday's bloodbath before we start moving forward. Listen, yesterday, Chuck O'Brien, my God, didn't we all think Murray State was going to hang in there, maybe even pull off the upset of Marquette? Well, Chuck O'Brien, after cashing in with his biggest college basketball release of the year on Friday, a 100-dime play on Creighton, yesterday had another 100-dime play, Murray State. Loser. But here's the bottom line, guys. If you look at Chuck O'Brien's overall net profit, he was playing with somebody else's money. And what I mean by that, if you had followed Chuck over the past 58 days, even after yesterday's loser, $10 bettors are still up $3,255. Let me use Jeff Benton for an example. Jeff was a perfect 3-0 with his 100-dime max wager releases in college basketball. They had all come in the past 5.5 weeks. Yesterday, he was looking for number 4 in a row. Loser. Vanderbilt. He's still won 6 of the past 9 days, however. And again, he won 3 out of 4 100-dime plays this season. 75%? You can live with that. I can live with that, trust me. And then let's go back to Anthony Red. Anthony, after Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday combined, going 8-3 with 25-dime plays, winning you a fortune the past 2 months. Yesterday, took the big-time collar. 50-dime trifecta. 0 for 3, guys. 50-dime losers. Kansas State, Ohio State, and Murray State. And yet, here's the bottom line. Over the past 60 days, $10 bettors are still up $8,347. And as Anthony and I talked about the other day, and as I've talked about so many times over the years, when you've accumulated a bankroll, you've got to take shots when you see fit, because that's the way you take a little bankroll and make it into a big bankroll, and you fatten it up. You got to take shots when you have that money on your side and you're playing really with somebody else's money. And again, over $8,300, $10 bettors are up the past 60 days following Anthony Red. Now, listen, as for myself, guys, I had won every day this betting week. Tuesday, 10-dime winner on Tennessee. Wednesday, 10-dime winner on Penn. Thursday, 10-dime winner in the first round on Vanderbilt. Then on Friday, I decided to raise the bar. I told you my favorite game of the entire first round was Cincinnati. And I delivered with the Bearcats against Texas. It was a 15-dime play, which matched my biggest play of the season. Yesterday, I was looking for my 5th straight winning day this betting week. 10-dime play on Ohio State. Had won 8 out of 11 10-dime plays. Ohio State, I released them. They were 7.5. They went up to 8. Naturally, they won by 7. What are you going to do, cry? No, you cannot let yesterday affect today. That's the bottom line. If you cannot bet that way, if you cannot endorse and embrace that philosophy, you can't gamble, guys. Because I see so many handicappers that get sucked into worrying about yesterday and they lose focus on today. Today is another money making opportunity. And nothing is going to stop me personally today from going up the ladder once more because today's my favorite game of the second round. And listen, you see the type of run that I'm on here with my free picks, 21 and 8. I've won 4 out of 5 days this betting week. I've still won 8 out of 12 of the 10 dime releases the past 4 weeks. And today, I've got another 15 dime play, just as strong as Cincinnati over Texas in the first round. And it's my 15 dime second round mismatch of the year. Now, again, this match is my biggest play of the season. It's just as strong as Cincinnati was on Friday. I know a 15 dime play doesn't sound sexy. It's not going to be as glamorous as the 100 dime release I'm going to talk about from Scott Delaney here in just a moment. It doesn't have that factor, that wow factor. But the fact remains that 99% of my plays are rated between 5 and 15 dimes. So this is right there at the top of the scale. And, those 15 dime plays, I've won 10 out of 15 in college basketball this season. Yeah, a season that started way back in November. I've had just 15 of these max wager plays, and I've hit 10 out of 15. I'll take it. And today I've got another one, and it's another 15 dime release. And you'll see my overall record with these plays in all sports combined going back to the beginning of the NFL preseason. In fact, going back to what was that, last August? I mean, these 15 dime plays in all sports combined are 36 and 24. So anyway, that's what I've got going today. Also want to talk briefly here about some of the other guys. Scott Delaney, biggest release of the college basketball season for him is a 100 dime play. He has his first one here of the Big Dance, tournament dog of the year. Yesterday he had a 50 dime winner on VCU, another team that should have won the game outright against Indiana. But the Rams got the cover. That's all that mattered. This play is twice as strong. 34 and 21 run with Scott Delaney's 100 dime releases over the past 2 years. Craig Davis, earlier this week, after a great 6-week run, he hit the skids, right? Then he started bouncing back. That's what you're looking for. Somebody who can win on a consistent long-term basis. 40 dime winner Xavier on Friday night. Yesterday, 50 dime winner cashing in with VCU. Today, 50 dime winner number 7 out of 10. One play today from Craig Davis. And again, Craig's net profit making a $10 better since February 1st. $5,165. Past 25 days, that $10 better has won $3,655. So those are some of the guys that are hot today. Listen, guys, I've got another free pick coming your way in just a moment, but I want to give you a money-saving discount coupon code as well. You'll see me looking over here because I got to find out what the hell is the code today. Oh, these codes, I'm telling you, it's like you can never use the same one twice. That's how our system is set up. It is going to be 20 dance. 20 dance. 20 DANCE. 20 dance. That will save you $20 off a single purchase today. You don't have to buy my play, guys. You can buy anybody's play here at the site. Just make sure you always understand that. 20 dance is going to be that money-saving discount coupon code. Now, free picks yesterday gave you a winner on Syracuse, gave you a loser on Vanderbilt. Hey, 21 and 8 roll the past 4 weeks with the free picks. You going to complain about it? I ain't going to complain about it. Listen, I'm going to take a look at the Florida State-Cincinnati game. As much as I love Cincinnati in round 1, 15 dime play on Friday, I like Cincinnati today, but I'm just a little hesitant because Cincinnati and Florida State are basically mirror images of each other. They're both teams that are very strong defensively. They have one big, good interior post player that's strong on the boards. They're teams that love to shoot the three, and they're teams that also defend exceptionally well against foes shooting the three. I look at Florida State, and they're on that nice run. They beat Duke. Well, big deal. Duke isn't that good, okay? They beat North Carolina, of course, a week ago today in the ACC championship game. But there's one team that has North Carolina's number. It is Florida State. But then I look at Cincinnati, and I see a Cincinnati team that excelled on the road in the Big East, that played, unlike South Florida, played all the big dogs, the big name schools in the Big East schedule this year and part of conference play. And I see a Cincinnati team that's just playing with confidence. Do not be deceived by the final score against Texas, which was only 65-59. Remember, this was a Cincinnati team that was up big in that game. I mean, they took an 18-4 lead early. They only allowed 17 points to the Longhorns in the first half of the game. And then they allowed Texas to come back in the game when Texas went to a 4-guard lineup. and Cincinnati's point guard got into foul trouble. Now, I think today's game is going to be a pretty low scoring game. I don't expect either one of these teams to score over 64 or 65 points, but Cincinnati is the underdog here, and I think right now the Bearcats have simply not gotten any respect all season long from gamblers and odds makers alike. I think everybody sees Florida State and sees that sexy win, or both of those sexy wins against Duke and North Carolina last week. But again, Duke isn't any good this year, okay? And North Carolina is just a team that Florida State has their number. I believe Cincinnati can win this game. They've had tremendous road success this season. They've got the big dominant post player in Yancey Gates, who's coming off a 15.10 rebound performance against Texas. I know Florida State has won 6 in a row, but remember, this is a Florida State team that, in late November lost to Connecticut by 2, lost to Michigan State by 16. They lost by 18 to Florida. They lost by 3 at home to Princeton. This is a team that's had its ups and downs this season. I think even though both teams are playing well right now, I like Cincinnati in this contest. Just a couple of quick thoughts about some other games here. South Florida seems to be a popular play today, but I'll tell you what, this team can't shoot straight. You saw how horrific they were in the first half against Temple. I mean, what did they hit? Miss 123 shots in a row at one time? In reality, they missed 22 straight shots. 22 straight shots they missed against Temple, and they still won by double digits. And I know they're a strong defensive team, but I'm telling you what, I wouldn't be surprised if they lose this game today. Wouldn't be surprised one bit. Michigan State, it's a tricky number, 6.5, 7 points. But, I kind of like Michigan State. I mean, I think the under could be a good play in that game, too, because, St. Louis played full man-to-man the entire game against Memphis, a team that likes to run the ball and is an athletic team. But unlike Memphis, Michigan State is burly, and they're big, and they're physical, and they're going to drive the ball down and be patient and work the ball inside in the paint. I think under might be the play there, like Michigan State a little. So those are just some of my opinions on the other games. But again, the free pick is going to be Cincinnati. Good luck, guys. Catch you again on Monday, and we'll see how everybody rebounds or not here on the video.